Alright folks, welcome back to another cast. Here's the afternoon game. We have Erik and PhoenixFox. And letting the players know we're good to go. Do a quick look at some decks while we're letting them do some mulligans. Have PhoenixFox playing pretty much what everyone else is playing. He's gone with 3 Centures and 1 Finger. Cut a Fan for Jade Masterpiece. I personally would cut the Kitsuki's method for that. Those two are interchangeable. I don't like cutting the 0-cost attachments because Dragon's conflict deck is so heavy in 1s already. It's a little bit tough to fit more 1s. But that's about it. It's pretty standard. We got Satoshi and Dynasty to try and find the Imperial Palace to turn your Centures on. I personally cut down from 3 Centures. I think it's too weak against Phoenix. We have Erik here is playing Crane Dragon, pretty standard. Playing 3 Let Goes and 2 Furies. Got 1 Noble Sack. Back to Fans and Katanas. 1 Assassination, 1 Censure. And then he's playing 2 Hotaru, 3 Yoshi. So pretty standard decks that we've seen before. So let's see how this goes. Erik's playing Manicured and Fertile Fields, and then Entrenched on Stronghold. So, and then we have the normal Dragon row of Manicured, Feast or Famine, Shameful, Restoration, and then Rally to the Cause on Stronghold. Alright, so both players flip Palace. We have a really... I really like starts like this for Dragon. Obviously everyone fears the Niten Master starts, but especially going first, I like playing small characters. I personally would play Swordsmith with a 2 Fate. I'm not scared at all. This is a really strong start for Erik also. He gets to play Challenger and Scout. Scout being able to go and look for Restoration of Balance. That's the province he wants to hit more first. I'm really greedy. I would definitely play Swordsmith with 2 Fate, but maybe it's just too greedy. My opponent only has 1 Assassination. I would definitely play the odds. Both players are gonna bid 5. Character-wise, this favors Erik, but currently PhoenixFox has 4 extra Fate. I mean, even if they had 2, I'm really greedy. I really like Swordsmith. Maybe versus 2 I play with 1 Fate, but 1 Assassination, absolutely go on 2 Fate on my Swordsmith. Alright, so Swordsmith goes looking. Cloud Diviner would be really strong to cloud either the Scout or the Challenger. You definitely want to... I think Cloud Divine is the best one to find right now. Other than that, Fans are always nice. Being able to put a political... Yep, there's Cloud Divine. Awesome. This is a really strong find. And we see Cloud the Mind goes on to the Cautious Scout. Really strong play here. I might have waited. I guess waiting opens you up to policy debate. So yeah, it's probably you probably just Cloud now. So we see Erik passing. Erik's gonna go to conflict here, or I mean, sorry, PhoenixFox is gonna go to conflict here. Both players having favorable ground leads to less juking. It's just the second player can always follow the first player's action. Oh yeah, if you have a reprieve, you can definitely so reprieve Reprieve doesn't really help as much. I don't know. My opponent has 1 assassination and 3 let goes. I don't like playing Reprieve here. It's just as likely for my opponent to have it's more likely for my opponent to have a let go than an assassination. I prefer saving my my reprieves for characters that are actually going to die as opposed to protection. I will play reprieve to protect against Way of the Crab though. Wow, PhoenixFox hits Manicure Garden. This is really good for Erik. This is probably the best one for him to have right now. It gives him 2 Fate. 1 for Seeker of Air Reveal, and then we're going to get another one from Manicure Garden activation. We could just see a Pass and a Fury. A Fury is really strong here in this spot. Erik does only have access to 2, but this would be a strong position to use one of them. And then we could see like a political conflict with a challenger, and then drag the swordsmith in. So we see Way of the Crane, honor his challenger. Interesting that Erik chooses to block. Erik must not have a Fury. And then Erik can go for a water conflict as his first conflict to threaten to stand his challenger. If you're a Crane here, this is the kind of start you're looking for. Dragon has not put out a big Voltron character on turn 1. They're not threatening multiple breaks on turn 1. You have the strongest character on board right now. You're gonna be close to even on Fate, even on cards. Like this is how Crane can win, if Crane gets out ahead. Erik is not playing any copies of Admit Defeat though, so hopefully PhoenixFox has seen this. Yeah, I think Void is fine. It's more of a defensive ring selection than an offensive one, right? Taking Void off the table saves your swordsmith from getting voided. I might have challenged Earth. I think Earth or Void are the reasonable ones. Earth and Void I think are the 2 best rings to take. So we see a fan onto the challenger. We're going to see a policy debate here. I would have policy debated at 5-3. I don't think Erik needs to. Yeah, see, you telegraph too much, right? So Erik telegraphs this play too much. He can favorable ground out now, though, but he leaves himself open to a conflict character now. Now, if he has a Skirmisher or a Tattooed Wanderer, he can go ahead and grab this ring. What Erik should have done is he should have just policy debated at 5-3, and he should have bid 4. Like, if he loses 3 honor, who cares? Dragon is not going to dishonor you. Yep, there's Tattooed Wanderer. Gonna get the ring now. Erik needs to gain a Fate from his Manicure Garden. He still has not done this. Yeah, Erik really needs to remember to use Manicure Garden. Erik has forgotten. Oh no, that's a pretty big misstep. Yep, and Erik doesn't use Manicure Garden. So, challenger gets voided. Yeah, Dragon's just not going to dishonor you. You just policy debate 5. You just policy debate 5-3. Bid 4, lose 3 honor, worst case scenario, and see the hand. You can do political water now if you want. The problem is that Erik had to use a Voice of Honor on a Bonsai because it was threatening to break. Now he doesn't have Voice of Honor ready for a potential Miyamoto's Fury. Also, currently he also is in danger of hitting Feast or Famine. Feast or Famine and Shameful Display are the 2 worst ones to hit right now. Restoration is slightly worse. Wow, Palace on Shameful. I mean, that's probably true, Luke. But at some point, that I can also mind game you and just bid 1. I can also just mind game it and bid 1. So I mean, you never know when it comes to me. But I'll be very honest. I think losing policy debate is really stupid. And if you can debate somebody and get perfect information, you should. Luke's not in the chat. Luke's not in the call. He's in chat. So it's very correct. It is very correct that you cannot hear Luke. Having your palace on shameful display is insane. It's so good. Like, this is especially in this matchup, this is so rough for Erik. He is contesting Earth. Earth is fine. He should pull in the Doom Shigenja. I feel like he should pull the Doom Shigenja in. Alright, Erik's going to go to the bathroom real quick. But yeah, out of all the provinces that you want the palace on to be, you want it to be on either shameful display or meditations, and the reason you want one of those two to be on your palace is if the palace keeps getting attacked every turn, you're going to gain value every turn. Having it be one of your flip provinces like Feast or Famine or Resto, especially Resto. Resto is bad, right? If they flip Resto, discard a card, and then it's just face up this whole time. Well, Erik just misplayed that. Like, Erik is definitely going to in trouble, but Erik misplayed by not debating, debating 5-3. So here is a policy debate from... Yeah, see, okay, so Erik policy debates 5-3 again, but Erik bids 3 instead of 4. If Erik just bids 4, he gains an honor still, and he gets to win the conflict. People play policy debate wrong all the time, and it's so aggravating. What do you gain by bidding 3? Huh? There's no point in bidding 3. You just discarded a card for 2 honor. Woo. If you think you're gonna dishonor Dragon, it's just not gonna happen. Yes, Dragon Mind is simple. Advantage to be gained, spend that honor. I can win an air ring whenever I want. That is the power of my clan. If I want an air ring, I'm going to win an air ring. Or you're going to spend a billion cards to do so. It's also the advantage of not playing Assassination. I never have something that's going to take my honor too much. Only duels will take my honor. And it's a double-edged sword. If your opponent is honor pressuring you and you duel them, and you bid 1 and they go to win, they're going to give you the honor back. And so you'll get it at a different point. I'll say, the bids that Erik could possibly have done there were 1 and 4. There are no other bids that are correct. If you want to, so here's Cloud Divine and Challenger. While he has a second Cloud, it's, okay, so now that all the Clouds are gone, it does give Crane the ability to play around this now. Like, if you bid 1 and they 5 you, then you at least get 4 honor. Like, that's a big swing. 2 honor, who cares? Because then you can pressure a hand by bidding low. So Erik wins the conflict, doesn't break. Pathfinder's Blade discarded at random. Probably should have pulled the Shug before debating. Yeah, absolutely. After the shameful trigger. What should have happened is Phoenix first action should have been Cloud the Mind. Then he should use Shameful Display. Erik should have pulled So if Erik had won that policy debate, he would have been able to take Cloud the Mind. And then he would have been able to just cloud the mind, or not get clouded, and then pull the Shugenja. Now, PhoenixFox can do an attack on water here, and he can, I would go scouting. I would go looking. I would try and find the other air province to deny the Seeker Fate, or just, I want to find out the other provinces, basically. I want to find out where Shameful is, too. Yep, smart. Goes to go scout, really strong. Scout water. This is the attack I would have done. We do see that PhoenixFox is out of Fate now, and Erik should have 2 Fate right now, but he missed activating Manicure Garden. That's another reason not to go back to Manicure Garden. Yeah, the only province that really matters in this matchup is Shameful Display, because it can enable stuff like Noble Sack, and it's a really big swing in conflict strengths. So the faster you find Shameful Display with a non-consequential character, the better. Also, uncovering provinces neuters Mirumoto's Fury. All right, so we see the Water Ring readying Swordsmith. So, really dangerous for Erik to potentially attack a new province here. He might consider trying to scout, but it is dangerous. He's just going to go back to the palace here. I might have considered scouting, but losing the Fate off your challenger onto the Doom Shugenja is really bad. Yep, 3-3 for 1 is inconsequential in Dragon, I will have to say. 0 glory too. 1 mana 3-3 glory, 0 glory. Dishonored, who cares? Don't worry, we have a 4 mana 4-3 with 0 glory also coming. That I can put Fate on. I cannot wait to charge that guy, win my conflict, and then make you pick a bad ring. It's just gonna feel so good. Alright, so we see a Katana coming out on the Swordsmith. Swordsmith's up to 4. It can go up to 6 with the Stronghold. Yep, Erik passes. There's just no way he can win this conflict. And so we see PhoenixFox is gonna win the favor now, and has 3 Censures potentially on. He's gonna draw 5 cards again, and that's gonna be it. Like, I mean, that's how Dragon plays. Definitely a strong turn for PhoenixFox. If Erik had 2 Fate right now, he might be in a better position to buy multiple bigger characters. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. So the Swordsmith still has the reprieve, so it'll be out for at least 1 more turn. We could see a let go though from Erik. And we see Kakita Yoshi show up right on time, and along with Shizue right on time. And Dragon sees another Doom Shugenja and an Investigator. Going second, the Challenger is clouded. I might consider buying Doom Shugenja and then Katsuki Investigator 2 Fate. Or you could buy Doom Shugenja, Agasha Swordsmith 1 Fate, if you want. Actually, I might Swordsmith 2 Fate also. I don't really care about getting assassinated. I think my board is strong enough. Also, I have a very high chance of drawing a Censure. So I would definitely buy. It's definitely Doom Shugenja, and then you could do either character 2 Fate. It depends on your hand. It depends on my hand. It depends on my hand. If I have Censures, I feel better playing the Doom Shugenja. Otherwise, I can just play Investigator, and Investigator does so much work against Crane. Oh wow, Erik just passes. So this is gonna be a political rival turn for sure. Political rival. I think because this has been telegraphed, now I buy Swordsmith. I buy Swordsmith instead of Investigator, because his Investigator is gonna get coverted. However, he's going to be able to attack, I guess, with this Investigator. If Erik has a let go for this Cloud the Mind, it's maybe worth it to pull in the Investigator on military. Probably not as strong as let going the reprieve though. We'll see. So after draw step. Oh wait. Oh, see, PhoenixFox uses Swordsmith in before draw step. I think this is incorrect. I think you should take your draw first and then activate Swordsmith, as you have the most information then. So when you'll have 8 cards in hand, and so you'll know exactly which attachment you want. What if you drew into Pathfinder's Blade and you don't need it anymore, and you actually want a reprieve instead, or a fan? I think it's much better to activate Swordsmith when you have the most information. Erik has 11 cards in hand. I don't know. I don't know if Erik wants to take 33%. Does Erik want to take 33% to lose the game? We'll see. Because if Erik has Restoration of Balance, I don't like calling games too early, but I think that would seal the deal. There's the Telegraphed Rival, by the pass. Cautious Scout is Cloud the Minded, Mad Magician. Cloud the Mind on Cautious Scout and on Doji Challenger. So, like I said, if you want to take 33% to lose the game, I mean, I think you have to. The other provinces aren't that bad. The other provinces aren't that bad. Hitting Feaster, actually playing the rival pre-conflict is bad. So he's probably going to attack Shameful Display with the rival now. No problem, Mad Magician. Well, out of the favorable 2 flips, 1 could also lose you the game by moving 2 Fate from the political rival to the Doom Shigenja. So, while it doesn't lose you the game, it could lose you the game. So we see the rival coming in at Shameful Display, contesting Earth again. Pretty good spot here for Miyamoto's Fury. If you save your Shameful activation, and you then just get to move on with the conflict. It's really hard for Crane to break this. So if you Fury them here, and they play a conflict character, they would win the ring, but then they wouldn't break. So I think if I Fury here, I don't defend, and then I Fury. You could alternatively block with Agasha Swordsmith and then use Stronghold as your first action. That will put Swordsmith up to 5. So Phoenix is looks like he's gonna block with the Swordsmith. If I do this block first action, I Stronghold. Wait, he's decided not to. Yeah, I like water a lot more, Bill. Then I'm forced to block. Right? With this, otherwise I don't care. I don't think he should. I don't even know if he should block. He might not have Fury, I guess. If he doesn't have Fury, it's tough. So on strength 4 with the favor. Interesting. I don't even know if I would have activated Shameful Display. I don't think I care. I think I just make it not appetizing to attack again. Yeah, I agree, Luke. I just wouldn't have used Shameful. There's just no reason. Both characters have 0 glory. You will gain an honor when your Doom Shigenja leaves, but that's not. I don't think that's worth the threat of activation. Like having the threat of activation of Shameful, and then forcing your opponent to take a 33% chance is huge. So we're going to see probably Political Air, if I had to guess, from the Dragon player, just to get his Investigator action. We could see Military, or yeah, I think Political Air is correct. Or you can Political Water if you want. You can Political Water, and you can put a Fate on a different ring, like the Fire or the Void ring. And then you could then get a Fate off of one more attack. So yep, he's gonna attack the known commodity. Political Air goes into Manicure Garden. Pretty expected. Needed to grab that extra Fate because he's gonna have to spend one with the Investigator. If I'm him, I'd probably investigate to Fire. I like investigating to Fire over investigating to Void. Actually, I lied. I like investigating to Water. Water, while maybe denying you a second conflict, is the weakest of the resolving rings. Erik could feasibly just not defend in Fury. He will lose the conflict in quotation marks because of the favor, but he will be able to not have to commit to defense. Erik chooses not to defend. I wonder if we'll see a Miyamoto Fury here. If my opponent Furies, I censure if I'm Dragon, and then I activate Investigator and see what's going on. We see a card being played. I did not see it. I've not seen a Fate move off of Erik. Oh, so we see a Court Games, but that gets censured. Interesting. I don't think I would have censured a Court Games. I guess if I don't have my own, I would do it. All right, so we see in Erik's hand, we see Bonsai Censure, triple for Shame, Fury, Rival, Voice, Wave the Crane. I think I take the Political Rival here. I like taking Political Rival. Yep, there's Political Rival gets discarded. Manicure gains a Fate. If I have a Fan, I would play a Fan here. Fan forces action from the Cream player, so it'll force the Miyamoto's Fury if they don't want their Palace to break. And given their current Dynasty flop, they definitely don't want the Palace to break. Interesting. Place Pathfinder's Blade. This must mean he has a second attachment to get to 6, but it's not a political one. Maybe. I wonder if he has Finger of Jade. Finger of Jade would be decent here. It would force the Fury. Yeah, I tend to agree, Bill. Water is very strong. So there's a katana. That's why. Yep. And so we see the stronghold, and now we're gonna see Miyamoto's fury. He went for air for the fate, Bill. Yep. Okay. So yeah. So PhoenixFox had double censure. I personally, if I have court games there, I use court games instead. But it is a tempo negative play because it passes your priority with the court game, so your opponent gets to do something. Whereas you censure, you then get to do something. All right, so PhoenixFox gains 2 honor. We see this awesome honor drain be useful for Erik. Again, I think Erik just misplayed the policy debates. All right, so gonna see a military attack from Erik here. I would guess probably mill fire. You can mill water too to force the block. Problem is if you mill water, your opponent gets first crack at the firing with 2 fate on it. Okay, so we just see Cautious Scout going in to Shameful Display by himself. We know Erik's hand. We know Erik can't break this. Yeah. Oh no, Erik does have a bonsai. So Erik can break. So PhoenixFox actually has to defend this. Yeah, if I was PhoenixFox, I would definitely defend this. I would defend this, and then yep. So we're seeing a defense here from PhoenixFox. I do not want to lose. I do not want to lose Shameful Display. I don't want to lose Shameful Display or my Palace right now. And I think to do so would be a mistake. If I have Miyamoto's Fury, I am okay not defending. But the way that he has played this this turn so far leads me to believe that sorry. If I have Miyamoto's Fury, I would do it, but the way he's played this turn makes me feel like he doesn't have it. All right. Well, I don't necessarily like the block with the Doom Shigenja then. Alright, so Fury happens. If I'm PhoenixFox, I either do Fire or Void. You can Void the rival and try and then you can mill water on your first turn. So that's strong. If you do Fire, you can honor your Investigator to have 2 honored characters for next turn to keep Voice of Honor down. I think I would do Void actually, so then I have a nice mill water attack. Go right into Meditations here. Yep, and we see Void. We see Void. This is smart. We see a defense, and we see voiding of the rival. Interesting that Erik doesn't plan on using a bonsai. Erik could have bonsai'd there if he wanted, and then he could have forced action to PhoenixFox. But by saving the bonsai, he does lose the Void Ring. PhoenixFox is going to get an honor from his Doom Shigenja leaving. In matchups like this, my honor for Dragon, it doesn't really tend to go down in terms of draw. It tends to go down from duels. We see Erik pitch his whole board. He doesn't want any of it. And we are going to see a new set of 4. Oh well, we see first player with Sumiko, classic dragon style. Player one with Sumiko. We do see Hotaru and a scout for Erik. A pretty good flop for Erik. But yep, Sumiko 2 Fate. Not surprised. We can then do military with Sumiko and go water. We know Erik only has one Fury left. Because Erik's on 3 Let Go and only 2 Fury. PhoenixFox has to be careful with this Pathfinder's Blade. If he runs into Shameful Display for instance, a timely Let Go on the Pathfinder's Blade could spell disaster. So we see Hotaru 2 Fate, Cautious Scout 2 Fate. I think I would have 1 Fate in my Cautious Scout. I think it's not necessarily relevant for you to get these 2 attacks. Alright, so both players bid 5 again. Erik has more cards, but his board state and his game state are currently down. We'll see if Erik can get a nice Hotaru resolution, he might be able to turn the game around. Voice of Honor is currently off. Erik does have Wave the Crane for Hotaru. Alright, so Swordsmith gets activated after draw. Wow, PhoenixFox finds the Jade Masterpiece. Really strong find from him. So he's going to put the Jade Masterpiece on Agasha Sumiko, and he can move the Fate from the Fire Ring onto the Water Ring, and for his military attack. Really strong. Then he'll be able to scoop up both Fate, and it will be really good for him. One other thing he can do with Sumiko is if Sumiko gets Miyamoto's Furied and he's challenging water, he can then, if he wants, he could use the Water Ring to stand Sumiko, and she will then stay standing after the conflict because of her text. That's a pretty. It's the opposite of Mountain Does Not Fall. It's a pretty little known technique that you can use. Normally that doesn't do anything because characters bow after conflict resolves, but because Sumiko doesn't, standing her at the Water Ring at the end of the conflict will keep her standing. Yep, there's J Masterpiece on Sumiko. Let's see what he should move for. Let's see if he moves from the fire to the water. Yep, moves from fire to water. Alright, so we should see a military fire attack. He really wants a Pathfinder's Blade, actually. Maybe he'll just do political water with the investigator. This is so risky. This is really susceptible to noble sacrifice. Wow, so lucky. He wins the 50-50. I mean, look, sometimes you're advantage and you get lucky too. It definitely helps. So we have Dragon finding the 50-50 on Not Shameful Display and hits Fertile Fields. Definitely what he wants. I have to agree, Blue Sapphire. I definitely would rather be lucky than good. Anybody can be good, but if you're lucky, then you have an advantage. She definitely is a fickle mistress, Mad Magician. I definitely agree that luck is a fickle mistress. That's why you just hit him with. That's why you just can say unlucky. Also, I say that in League of Legends every time I lose. Lost a rank game, man. Unlucky. You haven't missed anything, Grody, right now. We're just waiting for PhoenixFox to be back. So Erik defends with Hotaru. So she has skill of 6 in this military conflict. We see a policy debate between Hotaru and Swordsmith. Hotaru wins, reveals Bonsai, Court Games, Finger of Jade, Skirmisher, Let Go, Debate, Reprieve, Wanderer. Jeez, that's a sick hand. I think it might have been better to not play the Jade Masterpiece and instead play Tattooed Wanderer. I think it's better to play Tattooed Wanderer onto Sumiko as your first action. And then you wander Sumiko, and then you move from you take the ring off the water for your second fate, and then you can use the Jade Masterpiece later. I think it's better to get your covert Sumiko online. Especially on a military attack where then only Cautious Scout can defend, and Cautious Scout is the character he wants to make his first attack with. Absolutely want to put Tattooed Wanderer onto Sumiko. If I'm Erik here, I'm looking at taking a Reprieve. I'm looking at taking the Bonsai. I'm looking at taking the Tattooed Wanderer. Those are the best options. I think I take Bonsai, Reprieve, or Tattooed Wanderer. Discards Reprieve. Okay. Now that he knows the hand, I wonder if Erik should just leave. And just forfeit this province. Yeah, the problem is he just can't attack. Yeah, never mind. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe... Okay, so we see Finger of Jade coming out in Sumiko, so she cannot be Miyamoto's Furied. It's reasonable maybe for Erik to have the second one, but less likely. Again, if you... Yeah, he would lose the conflict then in the water. Yeah, I guess you have to Finger here. Fields draws a card. If Erik has Let Go into Fury, that'd be a really strong play right now. We see Way of the Crane honors Cautious Scout. Oh, now Voice of Honor is online. Okay. What can Erik do with this though? Like, Erik needs to be able to. Is he gonna let go this? He has to be able to win this conflict. Oh, I see. He's gonna Bonsai Hotaru, and then he can Voice of Honor the Dragon Bonsai. Yeah, Dragon is ahead right now, Mittens, but Erik is gonna mount a comeback potentially. Erik can move Hotaru in to the political conflict with the political rival, and can then get the double resolution. So Erik has a chance. Erik needs to. If Erik wins this conflict, he needs to be able to. He needs to be able to scout. I like Erik's chances on this turn. This is the turn that he needs to turn it around. It's difficult for sure, Gordy, but Dragon player's hand is not very good right now. Oh, this works. So we know that Erik has triple for shame. Erik can just overload this Finger of Jade. PhoenixFox could debate the Steward of Law here. No problem, guys. Thanks for even coming back. We could see. So we know that Erik has triple for shame. We should see. I know that PhoenixFox has a debate. He should debate Sumiko versus the Steward of Law. But Voice of Honor does cancel that policy debate. Okay, so now we're gonna see probably for shames burn through this Finger of Jade. Interesting. I would have sacrificed Finger of Jade. I would have sacrificed Finger of Jade and made my opponent for shame me again. I do not like not doing that. Erik can... Erik can... Yeah, Erik's gonna win this conflict now. He could have sacrificed Finger of Jade and traded it for shame. He chose not to. Interesting. Erik favorable grounds out Hotaru. Now, what is he gonna do here? Is he just gonna burn more for shames on the Swordsmith? He has to burn both the other for shames now. Because currently Dragon has an honored character, so if you for shame him, you have to for shame him twice. Is he going to do that? Is that worth it? And if that's the case, why play Steward of Law with one fate? Oh, we know we have a good idea of what Erik's hand is. But yeah, I guess you could be saving Finger of Jade in case of Noble Sack. It's reasonable. Erik doesn't have any fate though. Like Erik had no fate when he played the Steward of Law, and Erik has no way of gaining fate this turn. So it's maybe a little bit not necessary. I don't think Erik should have pulled out with Hotaru. I think Erik should have just stood there, won the conflict. Yeah, he could double void. Oh, nice. Erik has Assassination. Perfect. This is a really good spot for Erik now. Erik has the Assassination for the Swordsmith. He's not going to win the conflict. Oh, wait. There is a Tattooed Wanderer for PhoenixFox. Oh, no. I play my Tattooed Wanderer if I'm PhoenixFox. Maybe not. It'll get for shamed. This is tough. And he passes. Okay. So Erik needs to scout with his Cautious Scout first. First thing he needs to scout. Probably scout on Earth if I had to guess. Scouting Earth is good. The issue is that if you hit Feast or Famine, you know there's a Tattooed Wanderer in opponent's hand, so it'll kill your Hotaru. And we know there's reprieve in Phoenix's hand, so he can just reprieve Sumiko. So like double void isn't even that is strong, obviously, right? But then it's just gonna get Sumiko reprieves. Depends on how many let goes Erik has. Yeah, the problem is that that PhoenixFox will take the Void Ring away from Erik, right? So so PhoenixFox will be able to do Void, and he'll be able to make sure Erik can't double Void. Although double Earth might be strong enough. Erik might be able to double Earth. So we're seeing a scout here. He wants to find Restoration of Balance. If he finds Restoration of Balance, finds Manicure Garden. That's not what he wanted to find. It's not bad. It's not bad per se, but it's definitely not what he wanted to find in this situation. He wanted to find one of the fire provinces. He wanted to force a defense. If I'm PhoenixFox, I consider not defending this at all. I take my fate, and I consider not defending this. It is void though, so we're not gonna see double void. It's gonna void the investigator. But the problem right now is that if you defend this, you don't get a second attack. You then are gonna definitely lose a province. And then also you will the Crane will have a province to attack. Yeah, he has to save Tattooed Wanderer for the chance that they run into Feast or Famine. Tough spot for Dragon here. Definitely Erik has played his position very well. Yeah. If it breaks, I think you go into Shameful for sure. I definitely think you go for that Palace break and do a double fire. If PhoenixFox lets this break. The thing is, right now it's not breaking. So PhoenixFox could just take, or Erik could just let this conflict go, and then not worry about it and leave Manicure Garden there. Like, you could leave Manicure Garden for a later time and go to Break Shameful anyway. You wanna leave Manicured up as long as possible. Manicured is the safe province in quotation marks. Like, that tells you how insane Dragon's Row is when Manicure Garden is the safe province to attack. PhoenixFox doesn't defend. That's smart. I would not defend. Wait, oh yeah, it's Cautious Scout. He can't use Manicure Garden. Okay. If I'm Erik, I don't break this. I let my opponent then attack me, and I can defend my political rival. And I know my political rival will be able to defend, because I know PhoenixFox's hand, and I'll have 6 on defense with my political rival. Yep, so Erik does not break. Very smart play by Erik. I have to agree with Erik on this line here. This is the line here. Now we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. It does leave the investigator open for Feast or Famine though. That is the one downside. So we see Investigator gaining a Wanderer friend. The thing is the Investigator cannot go past the rival. I don't like this play. He can't defend the palace. Erik is gonna do double fire on this palace. I have to imagine. He could do double earth. Double earth is also very strong. Double fire will just let you re-honor Hotaru, and potentially dishonor Sumiko. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like. No, he did it for defense, Mittens. He definitely did it to defend. The problem is he can't defend any of his provinces against this attack. Like, this attack is just too much. It's 9. So if he goes into shameful, which he should, the Investigator will go up to 5, and it'll still be 9 for the Crane because it's currently 12, and then it's 9 versus 5. Actually, it doesn't break. It doesn't break actually if he goes into shameful here. What does PhoenixFox has a court games also? Maybe you can't go into shameful here. Maybe you get a double resolution on manicured. PhoenixFox's hand is court games, it's court games, reprieve, let go, and skirmisher. No, he played another reprieve. So it's actually court games. Sorry, it's bonsai, court games, skirmisher, let go, reprieve. Yeah, bonsai, court games, skirmisher, let go, reprieve. One of the reprieves got discarded. Erik, what are you doing? This is insane not to attack with Hotaru. If it gets court games, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, you get a double, just do fire. Oh no, I think this is just a mistake. I think it's very aggressive not to use Hotaru here. You know your opponent's hand. It does give him the favor soldier token, but I would just take a double resolution of a ring. Like, double resolving fire is totally fine. Yeah, he wants the favor. Yeah, he wants the favor. You're right. I just think like double resolving the earth ring or the fire ring just gives you a bigger advantage than the favor. But I guess turning Sumiko off is a big deal. So I don't fault him. I personally would go for double ring, but I don't play Crane. So I do not fault Erik. Erik knows better than I do. This also forces PhoenixFox to play a card. No, I believe you, Tenorim. I believe you. I just really value double ringing. Yeah. All the cranes are on Yoshi. 3 Yoshi and 2 Hotaru. He has already seen 1 Yoshi and pitched it, so there's 2 more Yoshis left. No, he'll be 100% sure of the favor shoot. If he stands Hotaru, it's 100% favor for him. So I don't disagree with this line from Erik. I personally just like double ringing, but I don't fault him for this line. So we see a for shame to dishonor the investigator. Are we gonna see a court games here to prevent this earth ring? Actually, if he doesn't... Okay, so yeah, there's the court games. I'll say if he didn't, the Crane Stronghold would bow him. So Defender's still at 4. The court games is out now. Do you for shame here now? But Erik can't break. So I think for shaming is aggressive. You could potentially hit the reprieve in his hand. That would be really strong with this earth ring. I personally would save the For Shame to combo with my Steward of Law that I'll have next turn. And just... Oh, he just goes for it, though. No, Mittens, he doesn't have any fate. He doesn't have any fate to... Oh, he used the fate that he... Yeah, he got fate from the Manicure Garden, and he used the fate to investigate instead of reprieve. Discards Erik's third rival. He gets bowed. I don't agree with this line. No, he couldn't break... Tenor... yeah, guys. He couldn't break Shameful. I did the math. So he had 12, and then if actually, he could have broken Shameful with the For Shames that he had. No, he definitely could have broken Shameful if he wanted. And there's the reprieve. Discards reprieve at random. Discards reprieve at random. That is just like the culmination of unfortunate things to happen for Dragon here. All right, so Erik's down to 6 honor here. I think Erik maybe has to draw... Erik draws 4 here. And then if he gets 1 bid, he goes to 3 honor with some honor characters. I think 4 is safe here. You could 5 also and then double air if you wanted. Or you could Cautious Scout into air. No, he had 1 Handsome Den. The other reprieve got discarded via policy debate. Yeah, debate hit 1. So currently, PhoenixFox's hand is Bonsai, Hiruma Skirmisher, and Let Go. And right on time, oh my god, Erik hits Yoshi! Oh man, let's get some PogChamps in the chat here, because that is just a... If I've ever seen a PogChamp moment, that is definitely one. Holy crap. I think Erik's just gonna... And we know Dragon is out of Cloud the Mines. Erik is first player with... Erik is first player with Yoshi. Oh man, that's so good. Yep, yeah, Yoshi 2 Fate. He also has 2 Fate on this airing, so his Scout attack can be air if he wants. So we see a Sumiko dupe, we see a Raitsugu and an Investigator. Not that great right now. This is the one problem right now with Dragon is if your provinces don't make up for it, you can fall behind on board. Erik bids 3. I think that's a little too safe, but I do respect it. But especially with Yoshi. Yeah. Crane has Censure in hand right now. Also, Crane absolutely has Censure. Yep, good catch, Ham Hops. We did see a Censure earlier. Let's see the 3 cards that we don't know. So Erik's hand is Bonsai, Censure, Fine Katana, and Young Harrier, and then he just threw 3 unknown cards. And he's gonna get 3 more off of Yoshi. I think first attack Erik does is military air with the Cautious Scout trying to flip Restoration. I think we're trying to flip Restoration here. I think that PhoenixFox might want to split the ring up. He chooses not to. He could have used the Jade Masterpiece to split the ring. Yeah, I wanna hunt for Resto. I wanna hunt for Resto very, very easily. If I flip Resto, I never have to attack Feast or Famine. And then I have my game plan in front of me then. His Feast or Famine though, so we know where Restoration of Balance is. This is also fine. We do now know where all the provinces sit, and Erik can game plan accordingly. If Erik's hand ever gets low, he can then, later on in the turn, attack Restoration of Balance. PhoenixFox has to defend this. The problem right now is that Cautious Scout does stop Feast or Famine from triggering, so he needs to be careful. Miramoto's Fury doesn't stop this either because of the favor. It does stop the break, but it will not stop the ring, and gaining 2 honor right now would be really strong. It would alleviate some of Erik's honor. Yep, Scout breaks over the Investigator. We also know that Erik has a Fine Katana in his hand. It will probably get hit by Let Go, but it's definitely still in his hand. I have to say that Erik started this game. I think Erik started this game a little bit on edge. Maybe he played a little bit below his standard. But Erik has definitely came back in this game with a vengeance. He has he's not rolled over, so to say, right? Like, Erik definitely could have just tilted and not played well, but Erik has definitely played well as the longer the game has gone. We don't see a defense. We're gonna see a fury. If he furies, I censure. I absolutely censure if I'm Erik. If I can break Feast or Famine with no repercussion, huge. He Tattooed Wanderer into the conflict. Erik has a bonsai still. Erik has a bonsai and Erik has a katana. I think you katana first to force the Let Go, and then you can bonsai over the top. Unless he played his bonsai. No, Erik still has a bonsai. Yeah, I think I katana, force the Let Go, and then I bonsai over the top. Erik has censured though, Tenerim. Erik can censure the bonsai, and Erik wants to play his censure as fast as possible for a reasonable trade, so that way his Yoshi doesn't Nambo. Oh, okay. Erik doesn't even go for the sword. See, I just like playing the sword because it makes my opponent play Let Go. Like, I just want to, I want to burn cards. I also want to lower my hand size. If we just, Fox does not play Assassination. Well, I also want to deplete my ham hops because if I want to get cards out of my hand because I can just go attack Restoration also. So there's a Miyamoto's Fury, and we see a censure to cancel that. Right? So if my hand just gets depleted to 4 or whatever, I can go flip Restoration, and my opponent has already gained Seeker of Fire Fate this turn, so they're not going to get Seeker of Fire. They're not going to get Seeker of Fire Fate, and Restoration won't do anything. So here's the bonsai on the Tattoo Wanderer to save the break. If I'm Erik, I play my katana. I absolutely play my katana here. Tenerim Fox is not playing Assassination. A lot of the Dragon players are on currently what I'm playing, and I personally have cut Assassination from my list. You are currently seeing the negatives of not playing Assassination. The problem that I have with Assassination is reasonably you should be playing 2 of them to see them in your opener. Assassination is obviously a lot better in the early game. As the game goes on, it does get slightly worse. And it does limit your ability to draw lots of cards with Dragon, and that I find is the problem. That I never found it. I think playing 1 is a hedge, right? I think 1 you're just hoping you get lucky and draw it at the right moment. Whereas if you actually are trying to play Assassination, you should just play 2. And then if you're Scorpion or Lion, you can play 3. Okay, so Katana comes out. It gets Let Go'd as per usual. Okay, so now we see Skirmisher come down. We knew he had the Skirmisher. We're gonna see Sumiko and Skirmisher attack. Okay, so J Masterpiece is gonna move the ring. Moves to Void, trying to Void Hotaru here. So he's probably gonna covert past Hotaru here, or covert Yoshi. I'm not sure which one he wants to do. It has to be a military attack though, so this Investigator is gonna sit back on defense. If Erik has a Let Go for this Finger of Jade, he can then defend with Steward of Law and For Shame. Erik still has his 3rd For Shame in hand. Oh no, he played it. I'm sorry. Erik is out of For Shames. So he coverts Yoshi, and he's going to attack where? Probably Fertile Fields, if I had to guess. Yeah, Fertile Fields gets attacked. Erik could have let go into his third mirror or his second Miyamoto's Fury. That would also be good. Erik has only played one let go, I believe. Or Erik has played no let goes. Oh, Erik's just gonna give the break here. Erik's just gonna give the break. He wants this double resolution with Hotaru. Yes, absolutely wants the double resolution. You can double Earth if you want to. You can double Earth or double Fire. You could double Fire, honor Yoshi, dishonor Investigator. That's strong. And then you could even noble sack the Investigator if you have noble sack. Yep, so Fertile Fields is definitely going to break here. That's not surprising. There's not much Erik can do to stop this. If Erik has let go Miyamoto's Fury... oh, there's the let go! Does Erik have Miyamoto's Fury? Fury on Sumiko would be huge here. Absolutely huge. Because it would mean Erik would be winning the conflict with military favor. Does he have it? If he doesn't have it, let go on that Finger of Jade is very aggressive. Yes, and he has it. Oh man, that's so good for Erik. All right, does PhoenixFox have a mill buff? He does. He has an ancestral Daisho. Okay. This is it's not gonna break, but it is gonna win for PhoenixFox. He needed to have that buff there. That was almost a huge turn for Erik. I think Erik's still in a fine spot here. Absolutely still a fine spot. Yeah, now he can just attack Resto for sure. Yeah, Resto is actually worthless this turn. Erik should 100% attack Restoration. 1, it flips a province to neuter Miyamoto's Fury. 2, it doesn't give him Seeker or Fire Fate this turn because he's already hit Feast or Famine. Oh, we see Young Harrier coming down. Why did Erik do this, though? It's not enough. Does Erik have another Young Harrier? Oh, he has another Steward of Law. Amazing. Erik just is throwing conflict characters into this to make up stats. It's very inefficient, but it saves his Hotaru. Does PhoenixFox have a mill buff? He does not. Oh, man, that's so good for Erik. Okay. So Erik saves his Hotaru from being voided. This is so strong for him. You can political fire here. I think political fire. Oh, Erik uses Young Harrier's ability. So Young Harrier, this ability normally doesn't get activated. Dishonor this character. Each Crane character you control cannot become dishonored until the end of the phase. This unlike... Yeah, he's going to go into Shameful Display this turn. He's going to go break the Palace. I think that's fine. I do, however, think I would have preferred to break, open up Restoration. But yeah, he's... but he's definitely... Definitely gonna go break the Palace this turn. So just so you guys know, Young Harrier's ability doesn't get activated like ever. You can dishonor this character, and each Crane character you control can't be dishonored. Unlike Steward of Law, no, PhoenixFox has an unknown card in hand. He's used the Let Go. So you can't become dishonored is different than characters cannot. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as Steward of Law. Never mind. It doesn't even protect your honored status from going away. Yeah, Resto doesn't give Fate. Resto does not give Fate. I think you double Fire this turn, Potato Salad. Double Earth loses a lot of value when your opponent only has one card. Does it protect it? Shoot? It doesn't protect your character, does it? It's not the same? Oh, cannot be dishonored. I see. Yeah. So the difference is cannot be dishonored versus cannot become dishonored. Wait, this attack doesn't make any sense from Erik. Why didn't Yoshi go in here? If you're gonna break the palace, you should just do it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Shoot. So Harrier says cannot be dishonored, whereas Stewardless says cannot become dishonored. Those two words are very different. Yeah, because he didn't attack with Yoshi, this is just a free. So we see a core games to dishonor, but this isn't enough. This is only 4. He's not breaking. Oh no! Did Erik miscount? Oh, we see a counter core games. Why did he do that? He doesn't have to. It doesn't change anything. Alright, so Erik's gonna double firing here. Yeah, potato salad. I reread it. So Erik's gonna honor Kakita Yoshi and probably dishonor this investigator. We could see a dishonor on Sumiko. He dishonors the investigator. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So the way here's the conflict. What he did was he sacrificed 3 cards to save his shameful display. He saved his shameful display. So if Erik attacks with both characters, PhoenixFox lets his shameful display break, and then he goes and breaks Erik's shameful display. I don't necessarily agree with the line that he took, but that is the reason he took that line. So we see Brash Samurai and Asami here. We see another swordsmith. No, there was a counter possible. PhoenixFox still had his political attack left. If he was really scared, he could have gone for double water. It's not as... Oh, no, water was claimed. Never mind. So, Erik plays Whisperer and Brash Samurai. That's fair, shoot. That's fair. Maybe he should have done that. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so PhoenixFox is up to 8 cards. Erik is putting the dishonor pressure on PhoenixFox. PhoenixFox is down to 3 honor, facing down... He doesn't buy Asami, though. Not buying Asami is really tough. I'm not sure I like this line for Erik. The dishonor route is... I like the dishonor route better when you draw 3 cards off of Yoshi. It's way better if you draw 3 cards off Yoshi. Erik should have 5 cards in hand now, and still have the favor to get up to 8. The problem right now is... The dishonor strategy going from 2 to 5 is not nearly as good. Like, imagine if Erik just had 3 more cards. Sure, his shameful display would be broken right now, but he's trying to dishonor win. He's not trying to conquest win, so it doesn't matter. I definitely think I would have gone for Yoshi last turn if this was the game plan that you wanted to take. So Jade Masterpiece moves on to the Water Ring. Yep, and so this Water Ring here is going to give all the fate to PhoenixFox. Probably going to see a political water attack from the Katsuki Investigator. I would do political water with Investigator and nothing else, and I would attack Fertile Fields, probably. Oh, we see Pathfinder's Blade. This is dangerous. If PhoenixFox goes into Shameful Display thinking this Pathfinder's Blade is going to save him, he could be in for a rude awakening if Erik has a Let Go. Erik does have 2 more Let Goes in his deck. Yeah, I think that's definitely a misstep from Erik. If this is the line that he wants to take, I think he's much better suited on trading Shameful Displays and activating Kakita Yoshi. Absolutely. This is so risky. If PhoenixFox has a let go, he can just okay. So we're gonna see an activation of Yoshi here. We're gonna see defense by Yoshi and activation. Maybe not. Oh, maybe he doesn't want to activate. He's going to attack Restoration this turn. You definitely have to make sure you win this conflict, though. You cannot afford your Hotaru to be bowed. Alright, so Yoshi's going to get activated here. So Erik defends with Yoshi. We're going to see Yoshi activation. Probably first action activation. Okay, first action Shameful Display. Cancelled. PhoenixFox should pass. Okay, he plays a fan. That's fine. This is dangerous. Erik is close to potentially losing this conflict. This investigator is gonna get up to 9. We see a fan on this Whisperer. We see the activation of the Stronghold. What? Am I missing something? Why didn't he fan his Yoshi? This is... If he loses this conflict because he randomly fanned his Whisperer instead of his Yoshi, this is insane. It's not a problem, Potato Salad. Like, I mean... Bonsai, Fine Katana, Noble Sack, and Fan. Yeah, what is Erik doing? He's just gonna take the Fan now. What? I'm losing my mind. I must be losing my mind, because this is just so dumb. Like, just horrifically dumb. What is the reasoning for not fanning Yoshi? Your opponent cannot get above you. Wait, he discarded Noble Sack? Oh, PhoenixFox must have court games now. Or I'm just also losing my mind. What is happening? Oh, he has the let go. Okay, let go's good. That works. Imagine if he had just had 2 fans on this Yoshi instead of... Or imagine if he just defended slightly harder. Like with the Whisperer and Yoshi. That was so loose by Erik. That was so loose. We know PhoenixFox doesn't have any more reprieves. But, like, he could have, like, Erik could have threatened to void the board here. And if he had voided Phoenix's board, like the Investigator and the Sumiko, it would have been so much better. Like, this game has been good. This game has been good. Like, it's had action. People are doing stuff. But I'm so, like, disappointed in what Erik decided to do. No, he cannot, he can threaten the break. He can threaten it with Bonsai, but it won't break because Sumiko is there. Brash Samurai should attack Restoration of Balance here. Yeah, if he wasn't also last turn, if he wasn't planning on breaking Shameful Display, he should have just gone and flipped Restoration of Balance when he had less cards than 4, and when his opponent was gonna draw, when his opponent had already flipped for Secret Fate. Now his opponent gains a Fate. Yeah, you just don't defend here. Who cares? I don't defend if I'm PhoenixFox. I can't defend this conflict against Double Fan Honored Brash Samurai, so I'm not going to. It's Restoration of Balance. I don't care if it breaks. Like, Erik activated Kakita Yoshi, and he's still down to 2. He still has 2 cards still. Like, that's so bad. Interesting that he chooses to defend here. I would not have defended this. I definitely don't agree with this with the dishonor strategy. I would have drawn cards, and I would have gone and started breaking provinces. So we see the dice show that we knew Phoenix had. There's a katana. Does Phoenix have another let go? It would be the 3rd let go, but it would make sense. Yep, there it is. Yeah, defending here is fine then, right? If you know you can win, you then are gonna win the favor. We see the bonsai though, so maybe misstepped by Phoenix. Phoenix could have a katana here though. Phoenix passes though, and so this defense doesn't make any sense now because you know your opponent's hand. Why defend like this if you know your opponent's hand? I don't understand. People say, here's my problem. People say that perfect information ruins the game in quotation marks. We just saw a player play against perfect information into a position he knew he couldn't win to save a province that didn't matter. So I'm just gonna throw that out there that I think that this whole perfect information thing doesn't matter. Well, Phoenix just isn't gonna win favor back. Phoenix knew his hand. Phoenix knew Erik's hand from the investigation. He literally knew what he had. Well, he can't attack. Is Palace gonna win in favor? We'll see. It might break this turn. Oh no, never mind. The shameful display honor is going to. No, you guys are right. Wait, if he attacks, this is insane. He must have a conflict character then. Wait, what? Is he trying to bait Erik or something? Erik should just defend with Cautious Scout. Erik should defend with Cautious Scout, and then he should attack political onto shameful display. And if PhoenixFox doesn't have a tattooed wanderer, it's really horrific. Okay, so Cautious Scout defends. There's a second dice show. Wow. And this dishonor strategy is just looking bad. Oh, Shameful was used earlier this turn. It's canceled by Pathfinder's Blade. Yeah, and now this dishonor strategy looks so bad, right? Like PhoenixFox is back up to 5, and he has a Swordsmith still in play. You can attack Shameful if you want here. If your opponent has a conflict character, you can bow them at least. I would probably do Earth Ring. I would absolutely do Earth Ring. Get the Fate, get the card. Yep, Political Earth runs into Shameful. We'll see if PhoenixFox has a Tattooed Wanderer. He needs absolutely a Tattooed Wanderer right now. Oh wait, PhoenixFox does not defend the conflict. Do we have Tattooed Wanderer? He passes. Oh man, Erik's gonna win. Erik. Oh no, the favor's not gonna go anywhere. Oh, Phoenix discards his last censure. if Erik drew Young Harrier, Erik draws Young Harrier as his card, he can take favor. No, no, he did not draw Young Harrier as his card. Alright, so... yeah, no favor for anyone. Sad face indeed. So the board is voiding right now. Dragon has a really big surplus of fate right now. Yokuni would be very strong. I want to see Yokuni. I want to see Yokuni above anything right now. If I'm PhoenixFox, I want to see Yokuni. I want to see Raitsugu. I have an Ancestral Daisho back in my hand now. Yeah, I want to see Yokuni. I want to see. No, I don't want to see any of these guys. Neat and Adept is fine. Neat and Adept is fine. Satoshi is awkward. You're just gonna play him as a 2/4. Neaton Master is medium because the amount of cards you're gonna draw is very low. Seeing Weapons is oh, PhoenixFox only has 6 cards in Conflict deck. I just realized this. PhoenixFox only has 6 cards in his Conflict deck. Erik could actually just dishonor PhoenixFox because he's just gonna be able to keep him so low on cards. Between Asami and the okay. I actually think Erik might have a dishonor path here. I am not sure that PhoenixFox can win before he dishonors. Master is fine. It's just not that great right now. Adept on the other hand is really good. We see Asami 3 Fate. Oh wow. Neat and Adept, no Fate though. Oh no, I don't know why you would put no Fate on Neat and Adept. It's one of your best cards. I would have put 2 Fate on Neat and Adept. Absolutely 2 Fate. Interesting that he chooses to use Swordsmith again before drawing. I again would have drawn first, then use Swordsmith. I think you should bid 1 if you're Dragon. Maybe you can bid 2. Dragon only has 5 cards in Conflict deck, and if you want to use, he just used Swordsmith. So I don't know. It's really aggressive to draw too many cards this turn. Like we can parse what's left in his Conflict deck. I mean, Erik could too, right? Like if Erik just sees. So 1 Bonsai, 2 Bonsai. I really hate that this fucking graveyard just locks up. I can never scroll it. It's so dumb. Alright, well. We have a pretty good idea of what's left. It should be like a Pathfinder's Blade, a Fury, like a Tattooed Wanderer or 2, and that's like it. So Erik, now off the Dishonor strategy, goes up to 4 cards, but Erik only has 4 cards in Conflict now also. Oh, is that how it works, McGoadington? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense. It's stupid, though. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we have... one Bonsai, 2 Bonsais. So Phoenix has... Alright. I think I can parse Phoenix's entire Conflict deck left. So he's a Bonsai, he has a... What? Oh, okay. He has a Bonsai, he has a Skirmisher. I have to find 7 cards. He has a Court Games, I believe. 1, 2... Yeah, he has a Court Games. He's got a... No, he's only on 2 fans. He's drawn his Method and both his Daishos. He's got a Fine Katana, I believe. A Fine Katana, a Pathfinder's Blade. Looks like a Miramoto's Fury. He's got a Fury. And I have to look at his deck list, but he's got one other unknown card. So we see Kakita Yoshi with a fine katana suiting up here. Oh, he has a policy debate left. Yeah, and a policy debate. Cool. I have parsed his entire deck. All right, we know the last 7 cards that he has. This is PhoenixFox's entire deck. What he could have left. Alright, so we see a military attack by Erik here. Strength 7, 3 from the honor, and then, so he's 5, 7 from the... This prevents being bowed by the adept. Contesting water. Okay, he's gonna try and bow the investigator. Interesting that, that PhoenixFox... Yeah, Grody. I think we'll see 1 bid from Erik from here on. I think he just needed some cards to make sure that he stayed at him. Oh, is that the Laura Soldier token? Yoshi is cursed to never be able to hold a katana. That's pretty funny. So I personally don't know why he bought Niten Master if he has going to use his Daisho on his Adept, and I don't know why he bought Adept with no Fate when he could have just bought Satoshi with a dupe and just had a 2/4. PhoenixFox just can't defend this. He can't profitably defend this. He could throw his Swordsmith and his Adept in front. No, Adept has a method actually, so he does have the Daisho still in hand. So he can throw Master, Swordsmith. You can then buff the Swordsmith 3, 4. That's only 7 though. That's still not quite enough. You would have to defend with all 3 of your characters that aren't a Kitsuki Investigator. If he has drawn his Pathfinder's Blade, he could use his Daisho on his Swordsmith plus the Master, and then he can Pathfinder's Blade to stand the Master. Just not a good spot for Dragon here. Crane has done a very good job of outlasting. I think Dragon misplayed their usage of Reprieve earlier in the game for sure. Not having the Reprieves ready and protecting them definitely came back to haunt him. Man, this game has had a lot of action. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, but like the game has gone at a good pace, and I think there's been a lot of action. And I think it's games like this that kind of strengthen the argument for no time limit. This game has been really sick. There's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of high level play, and I think that that this is an argument for why time limits shouldn't be in the online play. But you know, there's definitely arguments on both sides of the aisle. If I'm PhoenixFox, I don't defend this. I accept. Yeah, PhoenixFox doesn't defend. I accept that I'm going to lose it. I'm going to get my investigator bowed. He is going to lose an honor, go down to 6 for unopposed. But there's 4 cards in conflict. That is 4 turns of drawing. So we'll see. Erik, on the other hand, is actually pretty safe to conflict reshuffle. Erik has 2 honor characters leaving. He'll go to 11. Erik can actually reasonably draw more cards if he wants. No player is close to a Dynasty reshuffle at the moment. PhoenixFox not seeing a Yokuni really does hurt him. This is definitely like a great example of why this game, time limits don't need to be there. This game has been awesome, right? Like, I think everyone watching this game can admit that this game has been awesome. It's been lots of back and forth. It's been high level play, a lot of maneuvering. First Dragon was ahead, then Crane was ahead, then Dragon was slightly ahead again, and now Crane is back in the lead. Like, it's nice. I have thoroughly enjoyed casting this game. So, PhoenixFox does a military attack here. We see defense by the Brash Samurai only. It really sucks attacking into fertile fields when the cards are so low. I would definitely draw if I was Erik. It doesn't matter, because if Erik reshuffles, it doesn't matter. Erik has the honor to spare. So I think Erik should draw a card. Yep, Erik does draw a card. Absolutely, yeah. So Erik is at no position to be dishonored via reshuffle. He's got 2 honor characters leaving, which will put him to 11. He's got a steal with a Sami potentially available. Erik still has a let go available, I believe. Erik does have a let go. Erik has 2 let goes available. So if Erik has let go on this Kitsuki's method would be very strong. Let go on ancestral weapons is really strong because they don't come back then. And that is one way that Dragon, when on low on cards, can grind value out of their ancestral attachments. So if I was Erik, I would definitely let go the Kitsuki's method, if I had one. It would also protect the Sami from being bowed by this Niten adept, and it would allow you to steal an honor. You could go into Manicure. Yeah. See, Erik has set up his break position perfectly too. Erik just doesn't have to attack Feast or Famine now. He can go into Manicure Garden. And there's a Fate on this Fire Ring, so Erik can go into Fire here, get this Fate, and threaten a Dishonor on a character. Dishonor this Master, for instance. Okay, so Erik discards the Dice Show for some reason. It still doesn't bring him to winning, though. And I know Phoenix has 3 cards in hand. I personally would have let go the Kitsuki's method. I would have taken my conflict loss on this, but not break. Because Erik has inevitability in this game. Oh, Erik plays Young Harrier under the conflict. Okay, this is one way. I think that PhoenixFox, I'm pretty sure, has a Katana and a Pathfinder's Blade still. Actually, he has a Dice Show in hand. He has military to win this conflict. Does he want to use a weapon, though, when it could stand his master? That is the question. And winning the Earth Ring is actually a blessing and a curse, as it does get you 1 card deeper into your conflict deck. Oh, okay, so Erik plays Voice of Honor, canceling Policy Debate. Let's see if that's all the Voice of Honor is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, every Voice of Honor has been used by Erik now. Alright, so Erik wins the conflict. Now, does he have any attachments left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needs a fan. I think he has a fan left. 3. Yeah, Erik has a fan in his deck left. Has he drawn it? There's the fine Katana that we knew PhoenixFox had. Does Erik have a fan for his Kakita Asami? He needs a fan. Absolutely needs a fan, or she's gonna get bowed by this Niten adept. I don't know about this attack. I mean, this attack will let him use Kakita Asami, but I'm not sure if this is what he wants to do. This opens up the air ring to PhoenixFox. Oh, he's just gonna go for the break. He's just gonna go straight for the break here. He's just sending in the team. I would guess political air. I would guess political air now. You can political fire if you want it. It's political fire or political air. If you fire, you can honor Asami, or you can dishonor the master. We see political fire. Okay, okay. And we see a double defense from PhoenixFox. I wonder if PhoenixFox's last card in hand is going to be a Pathfinder's Blade. Erik could have a policy debate here, actually. Erik has only played 2 policy debates. Erik could have the 3rd policy debate. He could debate Doji Whisperer onto either the Master or the Adept. Both are at strength 3. A debate here would be very strong. He uses Asami to steal. Manicure Garden gains a fate. Do you have a debate here, Erik? Man, I have been talking a lot today. Yeah, you could definitely missequence it, a soldier token. I think if he has debate, you debate first, but he definitely could have just decided to steal the conflict, or steal the honor first. Because if you debate, and you bid 1, you go to strength 6, and your opponent would have to bid 3 to tie, so they give you 2 honor. And then they lose another honor. Yeah, it's really aggressive to bid to tie or win if you're PhoenixFox. So I could definitely see debate being perfectly reasonable. You could even debate bidding 2, putting your opponent to 6 because you have Asami and you can dishonor one of their guys. But waiting to see what happens here. Yeah, Tenorim, awesome. Thanks, dude. I'm super excited to watch Paris. I think it'll be super fun. And I look forward to it. So we see Court Games honors Asami. Interesting. I thought maybe you would have gone for. I think I might have gone for dishonor on an opposing character. Interesting that he honors Asami here. Because now he still has 2 strength 5 characters. Like, it doesn't change the math on policy debate. Oh, he does have the policy debate. Okay. Oh, I see what he's doing. I know why he court. Okay, this makes sense now. Okay, he court games, and then if he's gonna bid 1, and if opponent wins, he doesn't have a very useful card in his hand. He wants to make sure that if he loses, he doesn't lose the court games. Yeah. This is perfectly fine. So if you Okay, both players bid 1 anyway, and PhoenixFox gets rid of the Ancestral Dice Show. We knew what PhoenixFox's card was. This is great. Now PhoenixFox can't stand his master. Tenorim, I would be willing to help you commentate over the internet. I would not be able to be at the venue though. So if obviously that's probably a deal breaker. But let me know if you would like help commentating over the internets. Alright, Erik gets favor. Erik is gonna go to 12 honor, and his opponent has a dishonor master. Oh, you're not there? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do it with you. I see what you're saying. So are we allowed to do this? Did you get clearance? Did you get clearance to do that? Make sure you get clearance, because otherwise we could run into some trouble. Okay, awesome. Yeah. I'm in to do it then. Yeah, cool. I'll do the English restream. Tomorrow's Friday, right? So I can English restream until FNM, which shouldn't be that bad. So yeah, I'm definitely in. I might be asleep for like the first. What time? So it's +1, right? What time does it start? Grody, I think we're looking at about 190 and like 250 between the days. We see Yokuni finally comes out for PhoenixFox, but is it too late? $11 a.m. Central European time, so that's 5 a.m. my time. I will be awake. I can try and wake up earlier. We'll see. As soon as I wake up, I'll get in though. I'll get in. But you might have to do like the first like 3 rounds or whatever by yourself. You might have to do like the first 3 rounds yourself. Like 8 a.m. is about where I'm probably gonna be able to wake up reasonably. If I fall asleep early, I might be able to get up at like 6 or 7. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll definitely hop in with you. I'm super excited. And then it'll finish like day 1 will finish before FNM finishes. I won't be able to do Saturday with you probably, as I have a Battle for the Stronghold event. I actually get to go play in paper. Alright, so PhoenixFox bids 2, Erik bids 1. So PhoenixFox is down to 4 honor. If I was Erik, I would have bid 2 just to reset my deck. I don't care about decking here. Yeah, Yokuni's best ability right now probably is to copy Brash Samurai. Brash Samurai is a really sick ability to copy. You just get to honor yourself. This is the kind of game I want to see, right? Erik has 37 cards in his conflict deck. Erik has just played every card he's had. It's not like Scorpion, who has 15 cards in hand and 10 cards in deck. Mad Magician, my Battle for the Stronghold is at Game Preserve Greenwood in Greenwood, Indiana. On March 10th. I think it's set to go at noon. Let me check my phone real quick. Yeah, Paris is this weekend. Looks like it's gonna be at noon. So I'm super excited. This will be the second like serious time I played in paper. The first was at PAX. I almost. Yeah. See, Blue Sapphire understands. I also have a Stronghold tournament this weekend, and I really want to play in paper. So I definitely am not gonna miss it. All right. So we see a military conflict. Yokuni has not copied yet. Military air. Military air isn't even that good. Like the problem with military air here is that okay, we're gonna see a double defense here. Yokuni's gonna copy Brash Samurai here. He could copy Doji Challenger and pull Asami in here. That's also strong. I actually think that might be the strongest option. All right, so Erik resets his deck. He goes down to 8 honor. I think that Yokuni should copy Challenger. Yeah, Akis, the kits are out. The store that I'm going to has their kit and everything with all the promos and all that stuff. I'm super excited. Gonna get my hopefully get a one of the Dragon Favor cards. You know, the new Seeker thing. You know, I hope to get a full art Shameful display. That'd be awesome. But we'll see what it's like when I get there. I'm super excited. Pimp out my deck for when I go to Gen Con. Alright, yeah. So PhoenixFox uses Yokuni, or Yokuni uses Challenger, and Challenger's gonna pull Asami here. This is good. I like this. Oh, Mad Magician, do you live in Indy? Alright, so Erik wins the conflict, obviously, because Yokuni just pulled... Oh, Yokuni pulled Challenger. Interesting. I don't think I would have pulled Challenger. I think I would have pulled Asami. This fan... Okay, so it's a preemptive fan to... Yeah, I think I pull Asami there. We're gonna see Political Water here. I'm almost sure. Political Water at Manicure Garden with Asami. Oh, you're in Louisville. Okay, cool. Mad Magician, I'm gonna be coming down for the Naginata tournament. I'm gonna be coming down for some of the tournaments in Louisville. I know Chris Gladen and some of the guys down there. I played with them, and so I will be coming down for some of the Louisville Battle for the Strongholds and the Naginata tournament for sure. I know Louisville is actually not even that far from Greenville. Like, it's probably like an hour and a half. Wait, what? Yeah, what? This is not... Wait. Your deck list says 2. Wait, is this really how the game is gonna end? PhoenixFox is playing with an illegal deck? What? He literally, it literally says it says 2 fans in his deck list. I am indeed the judge, Blue Sapphire, so I'm here. I will link the deck list. Well, yeah, for sure. Alright, this is gonna be the game here. Yeah, so this is, you know, I'm glad it was streamed, but Erik is definitely understands. We could they can play it out if it wants. Yeah, Dirk, I definitely understand. I'm going to Erik says he's up to play it out. Let's see if... I mean, I totally understand if PhoenixFox doesn't want to. Okay, cool. Awesome. He's going to. Alright, cool. Awesome. So we're gonna get a natural conclusion to the game. Just so everyone is clear, Erik has won the game based on a disqualification. Just because PhoenixFox is using an illegal deck list. Shoot says his decks are named Great Deck, Another Great Deck, The Greatest Deck. It doesn't. So Grody, on Jigoku, you can actually just keep playing. It doesn't actually matter. So -1 Bonsai, +1 Ornate Fan. Okay. That's pretty close to what I do. Alright, yeah. So players can actually just play on it. It doesn't matter. Like, Erik has won the match. Like this Lioness Jess. So what happened was, if you're not used to what we're doing here is we have a cup right now, and currently everyone submits a deck list, and everyone's deck list is locked and open for the month of the cup, and so you have to play with that deck list all through all throughout the cup. And so PhoenixFox, like myself, has multiple decks. I have my cup deck, and then I have a test deck, which I am testing new innovations and stuff on. But when I play my cup match, I have to go back. He's got a third fan. His deck list only has 2 fans, Joe. So he just has 2 fans here and 1 fan here. That's just not in his registered deck list. PhoenixFox said that the current deck list he's using right now, Grody, the Kote is the top cut. So the challenger stage, the challenger round is the first round. Everyone gets to see everyone else's deck. All right, so PhoenixFox. Asami's going into Manicure Garden here. We have a contesting the Void Ring. Interesting. I think I would have contested water and stood. It's kind of similar, Gordy. It's more realistically a top 32. Like, I think Paris might have a top 32 because the Grand Cotes are 2-day events. So we see top 32. Most realistically a Grand Cotes, and then, you know, regular Cotes, top 23, top 16. So it's close, but it's not exactly the same. Yeah, now we see this Nintendo Master getting voided here. This is really tough for Phoenix to win now. He loses his 3rd province. He loses the honor down to 3 honor. He's going to go down to 2 with this Master. The Master is going to try and stand Yokuni for the favor, I think. You definitely try and break Shameful here. I think Gertie, I think the game is different, but when you have enough experience, I find that I already know 99% of what my opponent is doing, right? Like, and with cards like Investigator and Policy Debate, I get a general idea of what's going on. Maybe this is my clan bias, but with like Restoration of Balance, people discard cards, I get a really quick idea of what people are doing. Yeah, shoot, that sounds right. Grand Cote with that many people, top 32 sounds about right. Absolutely sounds right. Oh, I agree, Grody, but like I said, maybe this is my clan bias coming in, where I have Restoration of Balance and Investigator and Policy Debate, where I get a really quick idea of what my opponent is doing early into the game. But I'll let you know, I've definitely been surprised by Ready for Battle, and decks have not been expecting it. I go to Fury their guy, and I get hit by Ready for Battle, and I'm like, huh. That is something that happened to me. Alright, so Shameful Display breaks. He discards Kaizen. He uses the Water Ring to ready Yokuni, and then he gains the favor this way. This is such a tough position for PhoenixFox, though. He's going to go down to 2 honor. He's only got 2 cards left in his deck. So he has to draw 1 card for the next 2 turns. Yeah, Restoration of Balance, like, other than the fact that it's just made my opponent discard like 4 or 5 cards on turn 1, has also just let me see splashes that I would not normally have seen. Oh no, this is not the draw that PhoenixFox wants to see. This is going to do it. So PhoenixFox flips Initiate and no other characters. He flips double Storehouse with only 2 cards left in deck. And yeah, he says Jigoku just mocking me. This is going to be the game right here. There's no way PhoenixFox can hold this turn with this this flip. You know, so natural conclusion. Even if PhoenixFox had played this out, there's no way he could have won. Well, Blue Sapphire, they've played an 8-turn game. It's very reasonable to eventually have a flip like this, right? Like, I mean, it's just going to happen. It's just bound to happen. I think PhoenixFox is going to bid. Okay. Eric's just going to go for the Stronghold break this turn. Erik bids exactly enough to give PhoenixFox 5. That is real aggressive. PhoenixFox draws a card. Erik passes. I think PhoenixFox might. Yep, and that's going to be it. Yeah. All right, and that's that's definitely gonna be the game. I'm just letting them know that because there was so much action, I actually got to talk about the game pretty much the whole time, as opposed to like sitting here just talking with chat the whole game. Um, because like some of the other games are long, but there's no action. All right, awesome. So that's gonna be the game. I'm gonna eat my lunch. This game went so long. I'm gonna eat my lunch, and that's gonna be it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks again to the players for playing. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, cool. I'm gonna go upload this to YouTube, and we'll catch you guys next time.